I'm going to give you a backstage tour of all of the things that are going to lead up to tonight's opening night performance of Moana Jr. I'll probably show you a little bit of footage from our opening night. Today is such an exciting day. I'm going to give you a backstage tour of all of the things that are going to lead up to tonight's opening night performance of Moana Jr. First of all, I want to show you what we've come up with for our ticketing options this year. We had to keep track of who was sitting where in the audience in the event that we would need to do contact tracing. We would have to keep track of where everyone's seat was assigned. So we have maps representing this is our stage area, and we've mapped out where all of the seats are with the tickets that go. These first sections are $5, $3, and $1 seats. And as people come in and purchase the tickets, we just write them down on this corresponding sheet, and then we just use a transparency marker to mark off where they have selected. So then we write on the bottom corner of the ticket their seat number. Anyway, that's the best system that we have been able to develop for selling tickets. We have a map for each night that we're selling tickets in a different color to coordinate, so it's easy to see when people come to the theater. When they come to the gym, the night of performances, we'll know that tonight's performances will be the pink tickets, and that's what we're going to be looking for. Another cool thing that we're doing this year that I'm super excited about is we have a QR code for our program. So we're going all digital with that, even though we're paper still with the tickets. This is how we set up our chairs and figured out how to put them on our map. And then we just took, because they're metal folding chairs, we just made magnets that we placed on the backs of all of them, so they coordinate with the seats that are written down on your ticket. Ella is joining me for our little backstage tour. What we have is basic boxes. They're pretty sturdy, like kind of heavy, and we use them, we move them around to create our canoe that has a hole that the sail fits into, but also we use them as steps. We place them up on these platforms in the back for certain scenes. We have just been so fortunate to have some amazing parent volunteers that are super talented that have helped us in this process. Our special ed teacher and our speech teacher helped with drawing on the design for our tapa cloth on the front of our platforms. They drew it out and then painted some of it, and then we had some parent volunteers come and finish it off and do the stain over the top. But what I really love about our set is these flats that we've had painted. We have obviously a parent who is a professional artist. He helped us last year and did all of the artwork for our Peter Pan background and sets. If you haven't seen that, you will have to check that out. They are so incredible.
Also do Aladdin, like the
yeah, he did the set for Aladdin too, which is amazing. Yeah, he's so talented, and I love what he's done here. He has created this mountainscape, and then he stamped on it, but what I think is so beautiful is these stamps are Tahitian symbols. So the triangle stamps that you see there actually are the symbol for mountain. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, and then these probably leave.
I am sure there is some well thought out reason for everything that he does on here. He uses such vibrant, rich colors, and it just pops. It looks so good with all of the costumes. So we're gonna go take a look at some of the costumes and show you them up close. But I also want to stop in on our prop table, because you guys have to see some of our props. We have some awesome stuff. So back here, back in the back, we've got all of our fans for the girls that are doing the water. We have several sails that, once again, parent volunteers to the rescue. They've created these mobile sails that we use in some of our staging, and the kids come down off the stage holding the sails to represent voyagers traveling out into the ocean.
We have the Heart of Te-Fiti
The Heart of Te-Fiti necklace.
And it can glow.
Up close, it looks plasticky and kind of cheapy, but out from the stage, it looks really, really good. Here's Maui's hook after it gets destroyed. We actually have 2 hooks that were crafted, and they're pretty heavy. They were made with 2x4s, I believe, and then they were hand carved with all these fun designs.
And I picked out the size.
Ella picked out the size. You were with us when we...
Yeah, you're like, oh, come here. And then he's like, which one?
Oh, which size should we do? That's right. We had some prototypes. Anyway, the dad that carved this and made it for us, he made 2 of them. So we've got 2 hooks, one that is whole and complete, but I don't see it here. So somebody didn't put their prop back when they were supposed to. And then we have some coconuts that were made by our stage crew. Students did these. Yeah. They just used paper mache and did them with balloons. As you know, I worked on the Monster Gate faces. We just ordered a banner, like a tiki celebration birthday, I don't know what it was, a banner, and we cut them into separate pieces to form the different masks for the tiki mask.
There's this sparkling net, which is for Moana in shiny when she's the bait.
Yeah, and I love that we are getting to use this sombrero that my mom purchased at DI, probably 30 years ago, and I've held on to it. I've had it in my costume collection for years and haven't really had a chance to use it, but we finally put it to use in Moana. At the end of our show, they place this beautiful lei on Moana with this crown, and it's a feather crown. And the other director that I work with on this show, she actually made these when she was a student at BYU Hawaii, probably many years ago. So I love it that we're kind of adding these little personal touches. We've got our oar that Moana uses that the director's husband made for us. Here are our puppets that Maui uses when he does his transformations. Once again, the artist who worked on our flats and set did all of the design work on this, which I think is amazing.
That's the giant hawk. And then we have the shark.
The other director and I had cut these out and they were painted black. Our artist saw the potential of this, that they could be so much more and better. And he worked his magic on them. So there's our shark
and then
puppet and
little beetle
and our tiny insect. So lots of really fun things in this show. Now let me take you and show you some of the costumes up close. As you can see, we are using a spare classroom that is also used for all sorts of storage. There's a bunch of desks behind me, a chalkboard and everything, even a piano hiding in here. But the reason we brought you in here is to show you up close some of the really cool costumes that were put together. Like I said, we have the most amazing parents who really came together and pulled out all the stops for this show. This show is so stunning. It looks beautiful on stage as the kids perform. They could have been lousy performers and we'd still have a decent show because it would look so good. But they're not lousy performers. They are amazing. So it's all around. It's all so fabulous. Here is the back of Tamatoa's shell. And it's this large because in the show, the part is written as a 3-person part. There's Tamatoa, and there is a left claw and a right claw. So we have 3 boys that share this shell, and they have these claws. So one boy wears one side of the claw, and the other wears the other side. And what is amazing is these are hand constructed from scratch just for our show. They are incredible. But what's fun is just the little details that were added into our Tamatoa crab shell.
Car.
Yes.
There's a golden fork.
It's a dingle hopper.
Yeah.
That's a little reference to the Little Mermaid.
And then there's giant nose.
Oh yeah. From one of those, those glasses. So I thought that was fun that they thought to add these little cute little touches that maybe you wouldn't see from the audience, but we know that they're there. How fun is that? These are the costumes for most of our leads. We have Pua, who is in the film a pig, but a person in our show. And this is that costume. It's kind of got the pink tones to represent the pig. There's Maui's tattoo shirt. This is the fabric that was used for all of the kind of the royal family, Chief Tui and his family, and this really nice fabric underneath. This is Tamatoa's. He's got these awesome bat wing sleeves on his costume, and he has bell bottoms, and the flares and the bell bottoms have this sequin. So here is the base for Maui's skirt, and then over the top, this is kind of like a girdle embellishment that has added greenery and some shells and beads and things.
This is Teka's costume.
Teka.
Really orange and fiery.
This is Tefiti's. And of course, this is our Moana costume. This was actually one of the few costumes where we ordered it online, and then seamstresses came and created like an undershirt for her. But almost everything else is created custom from scratch, just for our kids. We have this giant, it's kind of like a parade puppet that is constructed to be worn on this backpack, and it creates this very large, ominous presence of Teka. And we have a stage crew member who comes behind our actress. The actress is kind of an extension of the puppet. Those are all of our costumes. And then most of the individual costumes that children are wearing, they were responsible to come up with a t-shirt and shorts for the most part. And then parents hand-stamped these togas for the ancestors that they wear over the top of that. We have our ocean girls. They wear different colored leotards. We provided them with some skirts that match the leotards that they ordered. It is so fun, and like I said earlier, it's visually stunning. I'll probably show you a little bit of footage from our opening night as we get ready and put microphones on and get the kids set up to go to perform, and maybe a few little glimpses of clips. I can't really show you the whole show or anything like that, but just know it's amazing. It's so great. And if you happen to be fortunate enough to be around close and get to see Moana Jr. at Art City, you are lucky. Here we are. We're set up at the booth, the director's booth, and we are ready for opening night. Here it goes.
Hey, Moana!
What's wrong? It's like coconuts, they're black.
Black?
I've never seen that before.
Hey, Moana, have you ever seen a purple coconut?
No, hey.
Okay, just checking.
What kind of car is this? I know why the coconuts are black.
Tell us why!
You girls haven't been listening to my story.
No offense, Garrett, but your stories are really boring.
Hey!
I mean, confusing.
The cause of poison has finally reached Montanui. The cause won't stop until every eye and every single one is devoured by the thirsty drug of inescapable death. Whoa! Thank you, Mother. What's going on here? The coconuts and the coconuts.
We're all gonna die!
It's okay. See, Grandma just made that to scare us. She's not making it up.
And how does she know all that stuff?
She says she communicates with her ancestors.
I'm sorry, Moana, but your grandma's a little weird.
We have everything we need right here. Wow! A shiny, glittery cave! And just like me, it is covered in sparkly treasure. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. You're not selling it. This is stupid. I just got grabbed the hook.
You do that and you're dead. You need to make Tamatoa talk about himself. That sure loves to brag.
Wow, you two just get along great.
Not since I ripped off his leg.
You ripped off his leg, Maui.
Are you just trying to get me to talk about myself? Because if you are, I will gladly do so. In song form.
You were so amazing!
I'm supposed to whisper that part. You're so amazing.
You're so amazing! I am currently heading down to the gym. It is closing night of our show and we are getting everything set up. Kids in microphones, kids in costumes. It's time to get this going. Are you guys excited? Yeah. Yes? They have been so amazing. This show has just been a gift to all of us. I've loved every minute of it. So, here's to the last night. There was a time we didn't think we could do this show. And I'll admit, that actually sounded good to me. Because I was like, oh, you know what, that would be that takes a big weight off my shoulders. We don't have to stress. It'll be so nice to not have to do that show. And then we found out we were doing a show. And I have to say, it would have been a total shame to have not had this experience with you because it has been nothing short of amazing. I have loved it. I have loved you.
What you're doing? I was not going to cry. Now she's starting to cry.
This has been such a fun show. It has been so great to watch all of you go from tiny little minnows, big shots to big kahunas. Thank you so much for letting us go on this journey with you.
You have built such a beautiful show.
It's incredible.
Let's do our cheer and then ancestors speakers apart, okay?
You like that one? How cool is that?
My tongue's not gonna be this color anymore.
Nope. What color is it gonna be?
It's gonna be multicolored.
All of these?
All these